All right, as you are trying to unlock your video, let's be learning. Tyrone, can you hear me? Tyrone Spenton? Tyrone, can you hear me? Okay, today we are going to have a lesson on English, okay? We are going to learn about how to answer a comprehension passage. We're going to learn about how to answer a comprehension passage. Can you hear me, Tabo?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so Tabo, please get your paper and pen ready. We are going to take down a few notes before we read our comprehension passage and answer it. In the meantime, can Mama or someone try to unlock your video for you, okay? At least you are in the lesson today, that's better, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let us take down our notes. When you are reading a comprehension passage, the first point, you read the title, okay? You read the title of the comprehension. Title is T-I-T-L-E. That's how you spell the word title, T-I-T-L-E. You read the title. The reason why we read the title is so that we familiarize ourselves with whatever we are going to read. And also, you are able to open your curiosity. One of the best methods of reading. If you are curious, you're going to be able to read the passage from the start to the end because you want to know. Curiosity is the ability to know. When you want to know something so much, you are curious. So you open your curiosity and you are ready to learn about whatever the comprehension passage is about. Okay, that's why you read the title and you put yourself in that situation. If you're going to read about a man, or you're going to read about the lost girl, or you're going to read about the rains, you have an image in your mind, or an image in your mind about the rains or about the topic, whatever you're going to learn about. The second point is you read the passage. Read the passage. And as you are reading the passage, you thoroughly read the passage. Are you taking down the notes, Tabo? Can you hear me, Tabo?
Yes.
Okay, Tyrone, can you hear me? Your video is also off. Tyrone Spenton, your video is off. Please unlock your video. Your video is off. Okay, so you read the passage. That is your second point. And how do you read the passage? You read the passage by skimming and scanning through the passage. Skimming is S-K-I, 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 S-K-I double M-I-N-G. S-K-I-M-M-I-N-G. You skim through the passage and you scan through the passage as well. Skimming and scanning. Scanning is S-C-A, S-C-A double N-I-N-G. S-C-A double N-I-N-G. So you skim and you scan the passage. What is skimming and scanning? As you are reading the passage, you are taking note of the new words that you might find there. There are some new words that you don't know. You also get to understand the meanings, okay? If you read a sentence, for example, if I say, people have different things they enjoy doing when they are not working. Okay, that is the first line that I've read. Already, as I'm skimming and scanning, I already know that different things that people love to do, you already are skimming, you're already starting to understand what this passage is about. So you are skimming and scanning through the passage as well. Welcome, Tabo. Can you hear me?
Yes.
That's better. Are you taking down the notes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I say you skim and you scan. The skimming is S-K-I double M-I-N-G. Okay, skimming and scanning. Scanning is S-C-A double N-I-N-G. Tyrone, can you unlock your video? Your video is still off. Please unlock your video. And then the third point is that you read the passage again. Okay, you read the passage again, which means we are encouraged to read a comprehension passage 2 times or more, depending on your understanding. Okay, if you read a passage and you still don't know what this passage is talking about, you are encouraged to read it again. Because remember, you're not reading a magazine. When you read a magazine, you just want to flip through the pages and see the colors, or you're looking at people, you're looking at cartoons, okay? You don't have any questions that are going to come afterwards. But with the comprehension passage, there are questions that are there, and you also need marks for those questions, okay? You are looking forward to pass a certain question paper. So as you are reading the passage, the second time is for you to re-understand whatever you did not understand. Okay, so you read the passage. How many times, Tabo? Do you read the passage? Sorry?
I read it 2 times.
2 times. Good, Tabo. And then the fourth point is identify new words. Identify is I-D-E, I-D-E, I-D-E-N, T-I-F-Y. Identify, did you get the yes, F1, good. Identify new words, okay? As you are reading the passage, remember, many people have written that passage, and the person who writes a passage, there's a lot of literal information in there. So you're also identifying some new words because you want to equip and enhance your English, okay? So you identify some new words and you ask, Mrs. Mlotshwa, what is this word? Okay, if you don't have Mrs. Mlotshwa by her side, you search in the dictionary and you know what does this word mean, so that you are able to enhance your literal language, and you're able to understand and create new words, because you need those words for your composition. Okay. And the fifth point is have a rough idea. Rough idea. Rough is R-O-U-G-H. Rough is R-O-U-G-H. 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 Rough idea is I-D-E-A. Idea, I-D-E-A. So you have a rough idea. Okay, so if you read the passage, you just have a rough idea. Okay, let's say the passage is about a girl. You just remember, I was reading about a girl. She got lost. She tried to cross the river, and then the river swept her away, and she found herself in a different place where she was crying for help, looking for help. Then there was a man who came and rescued her and took her back home. Do you understand? That is a rough idea of the comprehension passage. You don't literally know the whole passage, the 2 pages, but you have a rough idea. Okay, now I'm going to read the passage and we are going to answer the questions together. Okay, Tabo?
Yes.
Good. Okay, this passage, I said we read the topic. The topic is leisure activities and hobbies. Leisure is time when you are resting, when you're just resting, activities and hobbies. Hobbies are things that you love to do, anything you like to do. Do you have a hobby, Tabo?
Yes, I do.
What is your
hobby to clean cars and take care of my dogs.
Oh, your dog?
It's to clean cars. It's
Yes,
to
I
clean
can.
cars and take care of my dog.
Yes, that's good, Tabo. Everyone has a hobby, okay? Yes, people have different hobbies, okay? For me, my hobby is to read novels. I love reading novels. That's my hobby. Yes, and I love to research and gain new ideas or things, whatever is going on globally. That's my hobby. Yes. Okay, listen to my story, because we are going to answer the questions together, okay? Identify new words, identify, skim and scan, everything. Then we answer the questions. I'm starting. People have different things they enjoy doing when they are not working. For me, fishing is the hobby I enjoy most. I could be out fishing for the whole day without finding it boring or tiresome. One day I was sitting on an anthill beside a river fishing. I remember hearing the distant rumble of thunder, and I knew that it was raining somewhere. That did not worry me, for as long as it was not raining on me. I was also catching so many fish that I did not notice the rising water levels in the river. Then, when I looked behind, I noticed that the water would surround the anthill on which I was sitting. I quickly stopped fishing and hurried home. When I was out of danger, I suddenly realized that in my hurry, I had left all the fish I had caught on the anthill. I, however, could not go back to the anthill as the water level was still rising. I also realized that the river was flowing from an area where it was raining. Did you hear my story?
Yes.
Do you think you might have a rough idea about, before we read it again? Can you tell me what you managed to get from the story? Anything? Yes, Tabo? Yes, yes, Tabo?
I realized that I realized that the fish were still being catched, but it was still raining.
Yes,
How come?
yes. The writer was on an anthill, right? He was busy fishing, enjoying because he was doing his hobby. You said your hobby is playing with your dogs, okay? Let's say you are out like the writer, you are playing with your dogs and you don't realize that the rains are coming, right? And then you realize, oh, let me rush home. And when you get home, you realize you've left the dogs behind, okay? Because it was raining. That's what happened to this writer. The writer was doing his hobby. He was having lots of fun. When he realized, he did not realize that it was raining. And when he realized that it was raining, he had to rush back home. And he noticed that he had left his fish there because he was on an anthill near the river there. Okay, if he was going to be there, he was going to be drowned in the water there because he was fishing in the river. Okay, so let me read again. Thank you. At least you got something. So you see, when you read, you have a rough idea. Then you go back and read again because now you want to get ready for the questions. Okay. All right. People have different things they enjoy doing when they are not working. For me, fishing is the hobby I enjoy most. I could be out fishing for the whole day without finding it boring or tiresome. One day, I was sitting on an anthill beside a river fishing. I remember hearing the distant rumble of thunder, and I knew that it was raining somewhere. That did not worry me for as long as it was not raining on me. I was also catching so many fish that I did not notice the rising water levels in the river. The water levels were going up and up and up. Yes. Then when I looked behind, I noticed that the water would surround the anthill on which I was sitting. Tyrone, unlock your video. I quickly stopped fishing and hurried home. When I was out of danger, I suddenly realized that in my hurry, I had left all the fish I had caught on the anthill. I, however, could not go back to the anthill as the water level was still rising. I also realized that the river was flowing from an area where it was raining. Okay, number one. Now we are answering the questions. As you are answering the questions, you should know the who, the what, how, the what do you think. Questions like what do you think, the answers are not there, but they want to see whether you can think. And also, when you're writing about something that you think, make sure it's something positive, something good, okay? If they give you a story about a girl who lost her parents, and then they ask, what do you think about this girl who lost her parents? Then you say, it was okay for the parents to die. Do you understand? When you're writing, that is not good. You don't write something that is negative. When you are writing about what you think, yes, we need your thoughts, but let your thoughts be positive, good thoughts. If you are reading about a story about someone who stole something, and they ask you, what do you think about this thief? Then you say, it was good, this thief stole billions, is now rich. That's not good thoughts, okay? Welcome, Mr. Spenton. Were you able to hear me as I was reading?
Yes, but our Wi-Fi was a bit not connecting and it's still doing a bit of problems.
Okay, sorry, but thank you for coming through, okay? We are having a comprehension.
But I was listening to some stuff for a bit of stuff.
Thank you, Tyrone. Okay, now we want to answer question one. A hobby is something that dash is boring and tiresome. One does not notice. You enjoy doing in your free time. You do without thinking. Yes, Tabo, your hand is up. A hobby is something that, yes, Tabo?
Enjoy in your free time.
Yes, good, Tabo. It's something you enjoy doing in your free time. Tabo, you said your hobby is going out with your dogs. Mr. Spenton, do you have a hobby? Tyrone?
Yes, cleaning my fish tank and taking care of them.
Oh yes, Tyrone the fish. We're also learning these are stories about Mr. Tyrone because he was also fishing. He loves fish as well. So this story relates to you, Tyrone, as well, because this boy was also doing his free time. He was busy fishing, and then they were raising. He hurried home, and you notice, oh, I've left my fish. You see, so this story is relating to you, Tyrone. Number two, this story says that most people do not have hobbies. Fishing is a dangerous hobby. People have different hobbies. Fishing is a boring hobby. What is the story saying to us? What is this story saying to us? Yes, Tabo? Yes, Tabo?
It's saying that fishing, everyone has a hobby.
Yes, people have different hobbies. As you see, Tyron's hobby is cleaning out his fish tank and taking care of his fish, feeding his fish. For you, Tabo, you are busy with your dogs, taking them out for a walk and everything. While it's for me, I'm busy reading my novels here and there. If there's Wi-Fi, I'm busy cooking out there. Some people just read if you look at most of our fathers, they love to read the newspaper and the news. That's their hobby, yes. People have different hobbies. Other fathers love to go and play golf. So many people have different hobbies. How did the writer know that it was raining somewhere? How did the writer know that it was raining somewhere? The water level in the river was rising. B, he heard the rumble of thunder. C, the river was flowing. Or D, he was surrounded by water. How did he know that it was raining somewhere? Yes, Tabo?
He had thunder.
Yes, he heard the rumble of thunder. The moment you hear thunder from somewhere, you know that it is raining somewhere, right? Sometimes the thunder that will be on the other side. You can even be scared of it on this side. The thunder can be so loud and fearsome that you end up going inside your home and you think maybe the rains are coming as well where you are. Okay, the next question, why did he not worry when he heard the rumble of thunder? A, he was enjoying the fishing. B, the water level was not rising. C, he was catching many fish. D, it was not raining on him. Why did he not worry? He was busy busy fishing. Why did he not worry? Yes, Tabo?
He did not worry because he was catching a lot of fish.
He was catching many fish, yes. Tyrone said he loves fish. If Tyrone, you are busy catching your fish there and there is rumble of thunder there, you won't even see that there is thunder coming. Even the rays won't even see them because you'll be busy catching your fish, enjoying your hobby, enjoying what you love most, so much that you forget some things and forget that there are some things that are busy happening there. Okay, this is what we have done for today. As a round up, we say that when you are reading comprehension passages, remember to read the passage 2 times. Remember to skim and scan, look for some new words, look for some new things in the sentences that are going to be able to help you to answer questions. Remember the who questions which need a person, the what which needs a thing, how which needs the way or the manner in which something has been done. The what do you think questions, the answers are not there in the passage, but they just need you to tell them what you think. We just need to hear how you think, how does Tabo think, how does Tyrone think, and make sure your thoughts are always positive thoughts or thoughts that are bringing out the goodness in you, okay? And also remember, sometimes they can ask you in your own words. If they say in your own words, you don't go and copy and paste. You write it in your own words, but make sure you remember to keep the meaning in the same manner. And with the comprehension passage, copy and paste. Okay, go to the passage, look for the answer, copy it as it is, and paste it to your book. You will never go wrong. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson, and I hope you're going to be able to answer the comprehension questions that I'm going to upload for you. Tabo, I've uploaded work on Google Classroom. If you need some assistance, please make sure you contact me, okay, so that I can assist you to look for the work and write the work, you submit it back on Google Classroom. Tyrone, I've also seen your work, okay? Please write some other work. I'm also going to be sending back the feedback, okay? So let me give you a chance to say goodbye. to one another before we end our
Bye,
lesson.
Taro. Bye, Taro. Bye, Taro.
Bye, Tyrone. Bye, Tabo.
Hi, teacher.
Bye. Look again tomorrow the same way, okay?
Yes.
Okay, bye, Tabo.